Hey guys, I'm Ethan, a New York-based organization development coach. And as many of you probably know, or maybe you don't know, I've started a playlist where I spotlight different organizations that I believe are doing some pretty cool things as far as building amazing cultures and or also shining a spotlight on organizations that may be struggling right now with culture creation, culture transformation. So I wanted to spend some time today with an organization that I personally love and really respect, Wegmans Food Market. So when you take a look at what they're doing and what they're doing well, I go to Great Place to Work and you look at employee ratings, and employees say this is a great place to work. 90% of employees surveyed. Company overview. Well, Wegmans is self-described as a value-based family company on a mission to help people live healthier, better lives through exceptional food. Customers love our caring, knowledgeable people. This is true. It's objectively proven. We provide incredible service, making all people feel welcome across 110 supermarkets. Vibrant, high volume stores, lots of square feet throughout the Northeast. Enchant shoppers with a European market feel and sensory experience. Okay, so you get the feeling, you get the vibe. It's a great place to work. As far as why people love Wegmans from an experiential best practice. So I draw your attention to an article written in Philadelphia magazine, and the best supermarkets provide what the author calls a lack of restraint experience, by which I mean permission to transgress sensible shopping norms. I think that's why we treasure places like Wegmans. There are edible expeditions, Hypea Bohemian barbecue flavored chickpea fluffs, $4 for a 4-ounce bag. It makes no sense in a normal world, but as a way to live a little without consequence, what more could you want? Where else can you try something new and exciting for $4? For those of us who aren't rich, it's a way to splash in that pool. I can't drive your fancy purple Tesla or jet off to a ritzy Swiss Alps ski vacation like the wealthy hedge fund lawyers who roll carts past me at the Princeton Wegmans, but I can eat their snacks. So this article, as I said, published in Philadelphia Magazine by Don Steinberg, it's a way of kind of framing what the offer is from a value proposition standpoint. But I want to dive a little bit deeper. And my point is this: any organization, even those with amazing workplace cultures, at the top end of the echelon in terms of culture transformation or culture creation, they also struggle with things that are happening constantly in their respective markets. The challenge or the indication of a world-class organization isn't always necessarily what employees or what customers say. It's how they respond when inevitably challenges arise to their business and their way of being. So let's go there. For example, there was a protest planned at a Johnson City, New York Wegmans over alleged racial profiling. This is an issue. So I wanted to mention this. It's covered in Binghamton homepage, Binghamton, New York, closest major city to where this supposed boycott was going to happen. So Johnson City in New York, Black Lives Matter protesters are planning a demonstration outside of the Wegmans in Johnson City to protest what they claim was a case of racial profiling by a store employee. So what happened? So what happened was there was a woman with her son and her mother. The woman actually happened to be a relatively famous local artist who had painted a mural on a large building to commemorate Black Lives Matter, and she was in the Wegmans, and a white employee ran up to her at the self-checkout area and started giving her a lot of grief. So it happened, and I want to read what Wegmans' response is. Wegmans released the following statement almost immediately after the event took place. There was an event at our Johnson City store on Thursday where one of our customers, along with her family, were treated poorly by a member of our staff. Since the incident, there's been an outpouring of genuine concern from the local community. We would like to publicly apologize for the harm caused to this family and anyone else impacted by this incident. For privacy reasons, we cannot disclose specific details, but we've taken swift and decisive measures to ensure this type of incident will not happen again. We continue to listen to our people, our customers, and our community. At Wegmans, we continue to have zero tolerance for racial discrimination of any kind, and we stand for diversity and inclusion for all. We wouldn't be who we are today without Broome County in this region of upstate New York community. So something happened. Sometimes employees act in a way, even despite the best of training put forth by the organization, employees may act in a certain way. It's not necessarily in the moment. It's immediately thereafter. What does the organization do to reflect its vision, mission, and values? And in this case, it was handled quickly. But there are yet more examples of Wegmans having challenges, despite being a well-respected organization with a well-respected culture, that bring into question the potential values of the organization. So let's address a location in New York City, of all places. There was a local business close by, within 3 blocks of a Wegmans location in Union Square, Lower Manhattan. A sushi restaurant accused Wegmans of stealing its sushi business concept and trade secrets and sued Wegmans. So what happened? There was a New York City sushi restaurant that claimed that Wegmans stole its concept and trade secrets after that local business went into legal conversations around a partnership with people who create business models for those kind of restaurant establishments. After discussions with that local sushi business person, that restaurant, the intermediaries who sat down and spoke to the business person about doing a partnership went to Wegmans at its Astor Place, that's 8th Street, New York City location, according to a lawsuit filed against the grocery giant Wegmans by this local sushi restaurateur. So, small business owner Yuji Haraguchi is suing Wegmans for allegedly breaching a non-disclosure and non-compete agreement after the chain opened a sushi market inside its Manhattan location, Astor Place, downtown, just 3 blocks from Haraguchi's Osakana. That's his restaurant. So Sakanya bears an uncanny and confusingly similar resemblance. The Wegmans sushi offering bears a very similar resemblance to the small East Village sushi restaurant and the fish market, using the same font, the same design. So what happened? What really happened here? Haraguchi, the sushi restaurant business owner in Astor Place, said that Wegmans has an intermediary, a fish broker, by the name of Culinary Collaboration. And Culinary Collaboration began working with Osakana for a potential partnership with his restaurant. And they being Culinary Collaboration, signed an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and a non-compete agreement back in August of 2023, and signed a letter of intent to merge and to do business with this restaurant. The restaurant owner shared all of his trade secrets, all of his business practices and financial information with Culinary Collaboration, who then pulled out. They pulled out of the potential deal. So Haraguchi, the owner, learned from a customer that Wegmans opened a sushi counter and fish market inside its Astor Place location that appeared to be eerily reminiscent, similar in other ways. Haraguchi claimed in his filing that they literally took his trade secrets, his proprietary information, and used it to build a sushi offering inside its location. So He claims they opened the same exact concept. Wegmans called it Sakanaya, which is basically a reference to, it's translated to Japanese fish market. So I want to talk a little bit about this because this is the kind of thing that Wegmans, again, great stellar reputation, great culture by all external resources, research, kind of employee sharing. It's a great place to work. You go to Comparably, you look at the Wegmans ratings, it's phenomenal. In fact, we're going to do that now. Allow me to kind of go and bring up Wegmans ranking in Comparably. So we'll go to Comparably. Confirm I'm human. Wegmans, a Wegmans happiness score. So this is where I'm saying when you go to Comparably and you look at all of the employee surveys, the employee happiness at Wegmans is listed in the top 15% of any similar size companies on Comparably. Compensation, people are very happy with their pay. And as a general rule, people who work there, 614 employee surveys. They rate in the top 15%, as I said, of the 1,312 similar sized companies. They compare to their direct competitors, 5 top competitors, they're in first place when you look at different metrics. When you look at the kind of rating that employees give based on the length of tenure, those with 3 to 6 years of experience are happiest. And the people who tend to be happiest, they're younger professionals. So clearly the research shows that it's a great place to work, but nonetheless, there are some issues. Wegmans is looking to expand. That's what organizations do. And they're looking to expand their market share in New York. They're already talking about opening up. They've broken ground. They're building a massive facility, 95,000 square foot in the southeast corner of Middle Country Road in Long Island. They're looking to hire a significant number of staff and start the training. They're going to open in 2025. I mentioned that this gentleman, Haraguchi, who claims that Wegmans stole his business concept for his sushi restaurant, which, by the way, Culinary Connection, the intermediary who he claims stole his ideas, he was talking to them because he wanted to sell his business and move. So local businesses, locals rallied behind him in New York City who believe that they stole his idea. So Haraguchi has people supporting him. Wegmans is challenged by these external events, even though it has a great organizational culture. So as I mentioned, when you look at their Comparably score, the people are happy to be there. They're really genuinely happy. So, you look at the different surveys, the different responses based on size of firms in their direct competition. The point is this. As I try to start shining a light on organizations that have built amazing workplace cultures, those that are interested in doing it, how do you figure out that your culture is strong or it's not strong? You're constantly surveying what people are saying about your organization. The employees who work there, they're called pulse surveys. You're talking to them and surveying them constantly on different aspects of their work, their experience, the environment, the support they receive. Are their ideas solicited? Do they feel like they belong? So you're surveying employees, but you're also surveying external stakeholders, people who are suppliers, contractors, your customers. You're constantly getting internal and external data that you're constantly proving objectively that your culture is strong. Do your people want to stay there? Do they want to contribute? Do they want to be engaged? Do they feel like they're in control of their work? Have you created ownership, sweat equity? Meaning, do you have employee stock option plans? Are your employees actual owners of the company? These are some of the best practices that you can do. So in the coming months, I will be doing a lot of these videos where I focus on different organizations, both those like Wegmans who have great organizational cultures and those maybe on the other end of the spectrum. I'd love to know what you think. Please, if you like this video, subscribe to it, like it, feel free to share it with other people, and check out the other videos that I've created, and come back often. Because as I said, I'll be constantly adding new videos to explore other organizations and assess their culture. Thank you.